So hello, my name is Lukáš Fišárek. I'm really pleased to be here. I'm really sorry that we can't meet personally. I am originally a motion designer from Prague, and I do all sorts of interactive design in my work. And I want to show you what leads to this point where I believe that interactivity is a key aspect of the designer's work. I am co-founder of the Czech interactive studio Oficina, which is based in Prague. And as a background, you can see our studio showreel. We do animations, graphic designs, motion graphics. And in past few years, we came to the point that we are mostly in the field of the interactive design. For almost 6 years, we also run our own festival MOVO, which focuses on all sorts of interactivity in design. And what started as a motion design conference ends up in last year as a wide range of approaches on the field of interactivity. And I'm also the head of interactive design studio on West Bohemian University in Pilzen. And in all of my interest, I'm focused on idea of dynamism and interactivity as a key elements of my thinking. So it all started when I finished Academy of Arts and Architecture in Prague. I was both a graphic designer and an animator. I did those fields strictly separated. It was around 2005, and I didn't see the potential arising from their combination. As a graphic artist, you think in symbols. You try to close each idea to the static moments. You try to abstract the story and put it all into one symbolic image. But I was also an animator, or I am, and as an animator, you create timelines. I started to work for television industry because my specializations was perfect for those kind of work. And there I met my friend who was a graphic designer, and we founded a studio. We started to experiment with graphic forms in motion. And in that times, around 2008, television industry was the only media where we could focus on that kind of exploration. We made designs for almost every Czech television. We did more than 100 motion designs for film, for TV programs, and lots of independent works. And we've discovered more and more that connection between graphic design and animation is really a powerful combination. If design is released from static and definitive forms, it will start to create movements which leads to dynamic design. It will start to discover a whole new field of variability and possibilities. What starts as a static moment could be changed in the time span. It can reveal another meaning, supplement it, or even deny the original meaning altogether. It leads to different kind of philosophy in which the graphic element is distributed in time and is no more static. It thus begins to represent a more position in time. It also starts to build its own systems based on variability with newly opened problems and rules. These systems have a great advantage in their diversity. Here you can see our approach to do the TV design completely with typography. It was really successful in Czech Republic, and it's really cheap to do it, and it has huge impact in design wise. From one basic idea, the systems logically operate a larger number of applications and are easier for users to work with. Thus, they contain one danger. They are not so rigid, and they allow other authors to manipulate them more easily and in the wrong way. In television, you have always the danger that some other graphic came to your work and start to manipulate it and do something you don't want. So therefore, it is necessary to find rules for such a system on the basis of which other creators can work with them without devaluate the rules. We found that in dynamic system, these rules could be found in automation. With the help of various tools such as lockable compositions controlled by semi-automatic tools, further authorial intervention is excluded from the process. We did lots of systems based on collaboration between web interface, what you can see here, and automated scripts for Adobe programs where you don't need the designer to do this kind of work. You just need, it allows you to control the stability of your design, but left enough space for others to work with them. We found out the greater the degree of automation is, the more permanent the design will be. Dynamic design through automation allows a new entity enters into the process, the end user himself. It is no longer necessary to control automated processes only by dedicated and professionally educated authorities. Every office person, every producer, or even end user can control these processes based on simple rules. On this basis, each user can become the author of the final form. This is one large project we did last year, and on this project is this project is a great illustration of the interactivity in automation. In the Oficina studio, we were given the task of promoting the new metropolitan plan, which is the main long-term strategic plan for the development of Czech cities. Basically, it is a very professional and often negatively accepted publication numbering thousands of passwords and processes. Our studio was originally approached to create graphic design and videos for exhibition because the client owns the largest projection screen in the Czech Republic. During the process, however, it became increasingly clear to us that the passive media was not enough to fully formulate such a complicated message. It was necessary to involve the viewer into the action and let him experience the problems that experts have been solving for many years. The result was an interactive exhibition controlled by game mechanisms in which for a while every spectator could become a planner of the city. Because we wanted as many professionally uninitiated people to come to the exhibition, we based the control of individual exhibits on a haptic experience. Everyone thus could really physically feel how it is complicated to plan sustainable city with high standards for every possible group of interests. As an important side effect, the individual exhibits and their manipulation through users began to generate visual results which were further used for the designs of the promotional materials. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm stuck somewhere. Yeah. All this changed our approach to design. We stopped designing things and instead we create the rules of the game. Our first thought is not what we would like to see, but what could be interesting to experience together with the users. Thanks to automated rules, we are still the sole authors of the visuality of the output, yet we leave to the end user to control the meaning of the entire work. We try to implement these principles on every opportunity. During the MOVO Festival, we are playing interactive games with our audience. We are preparing various tools for them, thanks to which they can deepen their experience of the event. Everything is strictly connected to the visual language of the festival, and viewers feel more tied to our idea of connectivity and interactivity. Visual identity of the MOVO Festival is now widely recognized among audience as a talon of the exploration on the field of dynamic visual language. You can see here many examples of what we do there. We have dynamic logo. We play on the web page. We do the notebook, which you can, where you can write the notes to your colleagues on the screen. So we have a bunch of interactive tools which can be playful and yeah, and usable. On other occasions, we try to design a systems based on user input as one of the key elements of the visual language. In such cases, we use interactivity as a natural generator, which can bring interesting results based on the randomness and collective work. Here you can see our web page machine, which creates this abstract elements, and then you can send it to this board of the Signal Festival, and they print the posters from this automat. In some cases, when the amount of artistic freedom is endless, we naturally tend to maximize the interactive principles. At that moment, various tools comes into play, building a pure joy of experience. It is important for us at such a moment to create experiences that have a strong visual impact on viewers. All of our interactive approaches have the same meaning, building stronger design language with better connection to the people. Here you can see what we do during the Signal Festival, which is one of the biggest in Europe light and light festivals. And we do this interactive installations where you can, through your mobile phone, write your initials, and they will appear on the church. Or you have these light torches, and you can create your own drawings on the wall, and those kind of things. Interactive design fundamentally changes the rules for the designer. He is no longer the privileged creator of the final tone of the work. He is its mover and creator of the rules. The rest is a game played with the rules by the spectator himself. Of course, this leads to a much larger and more direct connection between the original idea and its addressee. The whole work thus becomes more tangible and close to him. Thank you for your attention, and looking forward to see you in person, and have a nice evening.